To meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Wednesday morning. What should be a couple of nicer days ahead of a potential messy weekend ahead of us here. We're going to get into all the details of the forecast, so keep watching. We'll start off with the nice, easy part of the forecast, and that's today and tomorrow. Now, a warm front's already moving in through western Nebraska, and will move into central Nebraska through the day today. That's going to allow for warmer air to spread eastward. Mostly cloudy skies ahead of it will try to clear up at least a little bit, although northern Nebraska, I think, is still going to stay mostly cloudy. But as you get farther south, partly to mostly sunny skies expected. And you see the wind change with that front coming through, more of a southerly wind out ahead of it and more of a western northwest wind behind it. And that westerly component to the wind's really going to help to bring in some temperatures that'll be a little bit milder out there, especially the farther west and southwest that you go. Heading into tonight, we start off partly cloudy, become mostly cloudy later in the night, but not too bad temperature-wise overnight tonight with lighter winds. And the winds are going to stay lighter tomorrow, which means we may end up actually seeing the nicest day of the week tomorrow for most locations. And that's despite mostly cloudy skies. Now, I will also mention, though, up in northern Nebraska, really the northern third of the state, there is a slight chance of some light rain out there. I don't think we'll see much out of this, but there is that slight chance out there. But really, temperature-wise, we're still looking at some decent 40s for most of the area on your Thursday. Things then start to go downhill Friday and heading into the upcoming weekend. So let's look at the forecast for today. Now, the temperatures up north in the 40s, not bad. Much better towards Broken Bow compared to Albion and O'Neill. Mostly cloudy skies, though, up towards the north. Out towards the west, we'll see a little more sunshine, partly to mostly sunny skies. Upper 40s around Lexington, but upper 50s in Imperial. So a lot of 50s out west other than the Dawson County area there. And as you get towards the south, we're looking at mid-40s around the Tri-Cities, lower 40s for Aurora, near 50 degrees for Phillipsburg. And I'm going to call it partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, but then becoming partly and maybe even mostly sunny here. So I didn't get that part of the graphic updated, so I apologize for that. But yes, mostly cloudy in the morning, becoming partly to mostly sunny later in the day. Off towards the east, we're looking at temperatures that'll be a little chillier. That front doesn't make its way all the way through eastern Nebraska, so they'll be looking at mid and upper 30s, possibly near 40 there in Hebron, and more of a southerly breeze. And much of the day, it'll be a 10 to 15 mile per hour breeze, so it'll make it feel a little colder. That wind will start to die down later in the day. All right, the 7-day forecast. Now, the next couple of days aren't so bad, but what's beyond that doesn't look so great here. In fact, you can kind of see the tail end of that there on that 3-day forecast. So mid-40s in the next couple of days. More clouds tomorrow compared to today. Again, that chance of rain up north, but then a better chance of rain comes in for Friday afternoon for us. This rain chance, the moisture chance gets better heading into Friday night. Rain that could start to potentially mix with freezing rain, maybe some sleet or snow, depending on that temperature profile overnight Friday night here. The farther southeast you go, the better chance you have of keeping it rain. The farther northwest you go, the better chance you have of keeping it snow. This is going to be a storm system that gets cut off from the main jet stream, which means it's going to be a slow mover, much slower than this past weekend storm system, which was a very quick mover. It will intensify. How much it intensifies is still kind of a question that we're dealing with here. Now, Saturday, it's going to be cold enough that most of the day we'll probably be seeing snow in the Tri-Cities area. Maybe a little rain mixed in, but the farther southeast you go, the better chance you have of more of a mix of precipitation or even just plain old rain. But as you go to the north and west, we're looking at all snow. And in fact, some forecast models are hinting at a heavy snow event, especially for northern portions of Nebraska. Now, since yesterday, this forecast models have shifted this a little farther south, making things a little more favorable even for us here in the Tri-Cities of picking up accumulating snowfall. Along with this, with the strengthening of the storm system, winds are going to start to pick up. Now, they may not be as bad as what we saw with this past weekend storm system, but they're still going to be strong enough that we could be looking at blowing and drifting of snow. This snow chance is going to continue into Saturday night, and as it gets cold enough, we're going to be looking at all snow for the rest of the area. And then things turn a little more questionable when it comes to the intensity of the snow Sunday and Monday. Some forecast models just kind of keep this as one big storm system that starts to lighten up Sunday into Sunday night, maybe even lingering to Monday and Monday night, but with much lighter snow, and we're not picking up as much of accumulating snowfall. Another forecast model kind of gives us a little bit of a break Sunday and then brings a second wave through on Monday and actually brings in a little more accumulating snowfall for southern and eastern portions of Nebraska as well as northern Kansas. So still some question marks there. Still looks breezy even through Monday and possibly even to Tuesday, but we're also trending colder on the backside of the system heading into early next week. All right, before we go, I do want to show you a few more details with forecast models. This is the first one. This is one model here. Rain moving in Friday afternoon into Friday night, but notice the transition to snow out towards the west. And I'm going to kind of actually just move my slider here to take it a little bit slower here, but watch how we start to transition that rain to snow here, maybe more of a mix in the Tri-Cities area, but to the southeast, keeping it mostly rain, to the northwest, all snow. And notice the heavier snows towards northern Nebraska into southern South Dakota. That's where the areas will likely get hit a little harder, is up there to the north central, northeastern portions of Nebraska. Heading through the day Saturday, again, maybe still more of a mix off to the southeast, but becomes more of a snow event for the rest of us. And then we'll start to lighten up through Saturday night into early on Sunday morning. This is the model that shows us more of a break heading into Sunday, or at least lightening of the snow, before a second storm system comes Sunday night and into Monday during the day before clearing up Monday night, and that may bring in another round of snow for southern Nebraska and northern Kansas. Well, one other thing that I'm going to do real quick here, well, actually, I'm not going to do it here, but I do want to just say that the European forecast model is actually hinting at some much heavier snowfall in northern Nebraska. This particular model solution here has us up to near a foot of snow up around the Norfolk areas or north of there. With maybe a couple of inches or several inches around the Tri-Cities. But the European forecast model is going much heavier. It has well over a foot of snow in northern Nebraska. Not that much in the Tri-Cities area, but still a decent amount of snow that would certainly need the shovels and could cause some big problems even around the Tri-Cities area, but trending towards lower totals the farther south you go. So as I always say, stay tuned to the forecast over the next couple of days. I am going to be off of work Thursday and Friday. Kit will be in the morning hours, so he'll be giving you the latest in the morning. Tim will continue to give you the forecast during the afternoon and evening hours here as we approach this system or systems this upcoming weekend. But it's likely that we are going to see a fairly significant snowstorm across somewhere here in the central and northern plains. Again, still got a few days to figure out how far north or south the biggest impacts will be, but as of right now, again, the farther north you live in the local 4 viewing area, the higher impacts of the storm system you're going to see with more snow, and of course we're talking about wind-driven snow that could blow and drift this snowfall. So again, fortunately, probably a messy weekend ahead of us here, especially that Friday night through Saturday night time frame, but even Sunday, possibly even Sunday and Monday, where there still may be some impacts to the area. So that's the latest I have for you. Hopefully I answer any questions you have. If you are watching this on our website and you do have any questions, please ask me questions on Facebook or on Twitter. I'll be happy to answer those as best I can with the best knowledge that I have right now. Again, as we get closer to the event, we'll start to talk a little bit more about snowfall totals, and we'll have a little more confidence in this system. So continue to monitor the forecast in the coming days ahead. And again, now is the time to prepare before the storm system hits. It's looking fairly likely there will be some impacts to at least parts of the area. Again, unlike last time, the lowest impacts may end up being in the southeast here. Last time it was the southeast that had the biggest impacts, but that's not a guarantee because, as I said, if this model solution works out where we get that second system that comes through, southeast Nebraska would have the highest impacts from that second system there. So, all right, well, I've talked enough. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all do have a wonderful Wednesday. I will see you all again next Monday, but of course, continue to monitor the Local 4 forecast here with Tim and Kit over the next couple of days. Take care and God bless. Bye.